I time to start a new project. So this was something that Ian Hughes released on his files. That's the guy that does the Daleks that you've seen me printing. So he came out with a Space 1999 spacecraft that I've always fancied getting my hands on. And that's the Ultraprobe from the episode Dragon's Domain. And those of you who are sci-fi fans and fans of Space 1999 will remember that as the one with the big green tentacle monster with the huge eye that goes around killing people when they dock with the abandoned spacecraft and throttles them and sucks them inside, dehydrates them and spits them out afterwards. So so this was the probe ship that was sent out, supposed to be looking for the planet Meta, found the derelicts, and the crew came a cropper, apart from one survivor. So here's the whole ship itself, and Ian's done the whole ship. This isn't the actual model file, but it's one I've found online just for example. Right now I'm working on just the front section here, and let me take it back just to show you. So this is like the front of the craft. You can see those are the clamps where it's ejected from the main body of the ship, and some of the details on it. So and there's another good example of it. Now, one thing about these ships, and you know, they're white, kind of. So I'm treating this kind of like I treated my Liberator model. You got a big ship that's almost all white. It's boring to look at. So I'm going to take a bit of liberty, and I'm adding a bit of color to some of the panels to spruce it up a bit. Okay, purists will hate me for it, but I think it'll help with the overall design. So let me show you what I've been doing so far. So here's the front section and the main body of that front section. So I've been printing already. So where we got, so this is like that. This piece has just come off. It's just all white. That's that. So got that bit done, and I've gone in and started coloring these pieces here. So that's the eagle type beak that it has on the front, the rear section with the doors, access hatch which goes on top, that'll go on that piece. A couple of blocks, these will have some engines put in them. Those are like thruster engines. So, and this is printing on the S1 Max at the moment. That was a 3-day print to get that one done. Then I've got like those are the small engines that will go into that block for the thrusters. Some more detailed parts that I've been colouring in there. These will be the windows. I'll probably make them out of some sort of translucent yellow. It'll look better that way. Those are those clamps from the back. You can see I'm starting colouring one of them in just to give it some more detail, and some of the larger engines for the back of the ship. So this will be my project for the moment before I then start moving on. This is the first bit of the rear section, the main body, and I'll start working on that afterwards, but at least I want to get the front of it done first. So it's been printing for over 2 days. In fact, we've only got about 3 hours left. So looking inside at the moment, that's what I've got done so far. So I've got that first plate running, and yeah, it's going over the top. So you can see the only bit left still printing at the moment is the front of the beak section. Just, I say about 3 more hours to go, and I should be able to pop these out and give you a better view of them. So what we got left here, 3 hours 8 minutes left. So it's been a long print, but we'll see how it comes out. Right, so print complete. So I just get these things off the bed. So cool. Take this off, put it somewhere to cool down. and then push them together to give you an idea of the scale. Right, so next thing I've done is print the thruster nozzles and the main engine nozzles as well. So thruster nozzles came off, and here they are fitted to those little boxes, and these will go on the side of the ship on those parts. And this was about a 3-hour print. It's done the larger engine. They won't come off yet, let that cool down, but those will go into the back of that, so they'll slide in. So let them cool down, and we'll take them out. Right, so there's the engines, or the main engines. They came out pretty good. So these things will slot into this. Let me put the phone down and just put these in for a second. Right, so here we go. So here's a rough example of what we have so far. These, of course, need to be glued together. These will go into those little slots there. But yeah, coming together nicely. So I've got more of these detailed panels that I've got to print off and put in place. And there's some little parts here which I'll print next. But yeah, it's doing good. Now, this middle section I did in PLA as opposed to PETG, and you can see the difference in color. So I'm just going to go and get a gloss white paint and spray that so that it matches that shade of white a bit better. So yeah, right, give me a few minutes. I'm going to go start and print some more stuff. Okay, so done the body locking mechanisms to go onto the back here. So they've finished. I've now got a plate of those, so I'm going to take them off, clean them up, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to print the actual covers for them, which will be this one. And there's a few little blocks as well for details that will come out at the same time. So that's all one colour. That won't take long to come off at all. Now let me go and slice that, get that print in once I get these things off the plate. Okay, so we're gluing the Ultraprobe's release catches, for want of a better term, onto the back. So basically you slide these inside the little catch inside, and then glue it down into the recess, and that will allow these to open and close around the main part of the mothership, depending on how you want to display it. So if you're going to want to do this bit, you can display it with them opened up. If you actually want this to be part of the whole model, you can have them in the closed position. They can close in around the main section. So very nice design. So anyway, I'm going to let them set with the clamps on, and then there's a couple of little pieces that need to come in here and on the other two sides, and this part ought to be complete. Then we can get on to gluing pieces onto the middle section, and then get the beak fitted as well. All right, nearly finished on the Ultraprobe. So I've gone through the effort of gluing all the pieces together for the rear section and the middle section. So you can see engines have been glued in, the grapples to lock it onto the mothership are all there, all the little pieces, they're all in place. So got to put the beak on. Now of course that's missing windows at the moment, so I have sliced up a set of translucent orange windows which are coming off now, and so once they're done, I'll get them glued into place there. Then I can whip this thing over, glue the beak on, and I should have the full escape pod section done, and then I can work on the rest of the ship in slow time. Right, I'll catch back up with you once I've got the other pieces in place. Okay, so here's the finished beak with the windows in. So I used a translucent orange filament there, so if you do want to put a light source inside, it works pretty good. And of course, with the sort of frosted effect from the plate, it means that you can't see all the way through, because there is no cockpit detail, so you don't want to be able to actually see into the model. So that'll look pretty nice. All right, so let me see how I can set this up. I'm gonna have to turn it on its end, probably get something to sit in the middle there so it's facing up, and then I can pop this on top and glue it. And of course this is the top, so I've got to make sure that I do the windows in the right orientation. All right, so let me go and find something to prop it up. Okay. Right, so found something suitable, an upside down tumbler, and put a big ring of glue around the top, stuck the beak on there, and we're gonna see how that ends up. So I'll give it a few minutes to dry, and yeah, then it'll be time to start planning the next part. So yeah, do put these windows in before you glue on the beak. They do have to fit exactly into those recesses, and it is a tight squeeze. I had to use a file and file away gently at both the windows just to give them a little edge, a slight diagonal, and on the inside pieces two of the window areas. And then finally I used a bit of brute force. I do put the glass in one corner, and then use the back end of a Sharpie and like bang the glass into the recess, and then it won't come out. So that's the way to do it, with no glue required. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'm going to upload this model once I can show you it from different angles, all completely assembled, and then crack on and make the rest in a second video whenever the time allows. Okay, have fun. Right, so here we go. Just quick video addition here before I upload this. So there's the Ultraprobe, along with some purchased Space 99/UFO models that I've had for several years. So you know, you can see the scale on this one is larger than anything else, which is really making me now tempted to make a giant eagle. Just add that to the list of millions of things I need to do, because I still need to finish poor Lieutenant Ellis off over there, who I've been neglecting. But yeah, came out pretty nice. Yeah, I know the colors aren't exactly true. I spruced it up a little bit just to give it some shading, because basically all white models scaled up just look boring. So they got in a bit of beige to it there in places, just helps it a bit, gives it a nice effect. And of course, giving it silver engines instead of white engines. And yeah, unfortunately they didn't have that much in the way of imagination back then. White, and more white. But yeah, quite chuffed with the way it worked out in the end. And as I say, if you want to put a light source in there, it'll look good. So what I have to do now is work on the rest of the Metaprobe ship, or Ultraprobe ship. That is on a bit of a back burner. I've got a lot of other projects I need to do. But yeah, pretty chuffed the way it came out. Nice model, Ian. Appreciate the STL files being published. It looks good.